shout out to mom and dad. Their anniversary is tomorrow. 30 years married, 35 together. Wow. 30, 30 years married, 35 together. Thank you so much for being my parents. You guys are awesome. And happy birthday, mom. Just a couple updates before we jump into the episode. First and foremost, you guys are awesome. Episode 11 just hit 11,000 views. So shout out to y'all. Each and every one of y'all are so special to us and we truly appreciate you. Second announcement, I have not forgotten about the pie in the face for getting the certain amount of subscribers. We are still going to do that. I have to get a hair appointment in with my stylist for the wedding, but that is coming soon. Welcome back, Squabblers. We would like to introduce Kamari. Thank you for joining us on today's episode. So would you like to introduce yourself? Tell the Squabble podcast a little bit about yourself.
I'm 19. I go to school for forensics.
That's a smart girl.
Hello? Oh,
Do you have a villain origin story?
I feel like everybody do.
So what was yours?
My dad leaving.
That's fair. You'll need
Mm-mm.
B, do you have a villain origin story?
Actually, no, I don't. I don't.
No?
No, I don't.
Well, I do, low-key.
Mm.
I'm real sensitive about my birthday. And my cousin, my mom's close friend's daughter, shouted out one of her friends happy birthday on my birthday. And I was trying to be a bigger person, I reached out. It was on Snapchat too, so I know she could see that it was my birthday. So I reached out, I replied to her story. I was like, oh wow, so your friend happy birthday. And instead of saying, oh wow, happy birthday to you too, she said, I will, thanks. So yeah, that's my villain origin story. Whenever someone doesn't like wish me a happy birthday and I know they
I take that real personal, because why don't you tell me happy birthday?
Like, you're so foul. Let me change who I was, because I'm always the person that's always there for everybody. But after that, I'm like, I'm not about to just be there for everybody. If you don't care about me, I'm not going to care about you.
Okay.
Simple.
Well, when you say like that, okay. I thought you were just saying like she didn't wish me happy birthday.
No.
So
And then
like,
to make it even worse, her birthday's in December and she wants everyone to make a big deal out of her. She literally changed the name. Instead of December, it's Keycember. And I'm like, but you can take the time to say happy birthday and you could see it was my birthday. I got your ticket, boo.
All right. So on that note, we would jump into the first game. So this is a new game for everybody. It's called Blind Rankings. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna list off one thing at a time. You guys have to rank it, 1 being the best, 5 being the worst. As a group, you guys have to agree as a group, and I'll jot it down.
Ooh,
so the first one,
topic.
It's different topic. The first one is pizza toppings.
Mm-hmm.
So pepperoni.
Okay.
Where does pepperoni fit 1 through 5? You have to put it
But
somewhere.
yeah, one is the. I'm a picky eater.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like nothing on my pizza.
It's not all food,
fair.
but this one is pizza toppings.
You said 1 is the best, 5 is the worst?
Yep, and you guys have to agree. So pizza toppings, and all of it is food. Just this one's food.
That's in the middle for me. Like, I'll just pick it off.
And
Not
once
gonna lie, I'll put it
I'm
at
letting
2.
you know right now, once y'all agree as a group what it is, you cannot change it when you hear the next one.
Okay.
You're locked in. So when y'all agree.
I'll lock in at 2. Y'all comfortable with that? She said 3. What do you say?
And I would say 1.
What?
Okay. Split difference 2. Y'all okay?
I'll go with 2.
Okay,
2.
2.
Pepperoni. Let me write it down. While I'm writing that down, next one, black olives.
5.
5.
I eat black olives.
Oh.
Oh, no.
So you would rank that over pepperoni?
Mm-hmm. Wait, on pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3. 5. It's fine.
Okay.
5 is fine.
Cool.
So black olives. Pineapples.
Oh,
You have
wait.
you have 1, 3, and 4 left.
No. Can we
You have
start
to put
over?
it- Nope. It's called blind rankings. You guys can't know.
Horrible. Man.
I feel like anchovies is gonna come sometime next. So I would low-key do pineapple over anchovies. That's why I'm gonna say 3.
I don't like
This is a
nothing on my
horrible
pizza,
list.
though.
Out of pineapples and
Out
anchovies,
of
which one would you do?
anything. Pineapple.
Okay.
So pineapple, what number?
3.
3. Mushrooms. You have 1 and 4 left.
I've ate mushrooms on my pizza before.
Mushroom
I'm
is
not
fire.
gonna lie.
One.
So 1.
One?
And then the last one, she guessed it is anchovies. So
Oh
Four.
my
Four.
god.
anchovies
This
is your
list is
4.
horrible.
So y'all put 1 through 5 mushrooms, then pepperoni, then pineapples, then anchovies, then black olives. As a
I'll
group.
take it.
This is hard.
Pepperoni should have been first out
Yeah.
of all the list, though. I'm not gonna lie.
But
Hey, y'all
But
put
whatever.
it. The next topic is rappers.
Oh.
So
This
same
one
rules. Once you lock it in, that's it. It's 1 through 5. The first person is Travis Scott. I knew you were gonna fight for him.
Travis
You
Scott
just dropped the album too. Hold up. Let me think on the jump.
Travis Scott get a good 3.
You don't know what's coming up.
Yeah, me
at the
3
end.
is safe. 3 is safe. Or is it? I don't know what. Hey.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
say
why
2, but I'm gonna say 3 because I don't know. We could get Drake.
So 3, 3. Are you agreeing with 3?
I listen to gospel, so.
Travis Scott. Next is Drake.
Old Drake?
Okay,
Old Drake is a 1.
1.
I love me some good old Drake.
1,
2.
2.
Okay, I'll put that 2.
Y'all
Okay,
good
two.
too.
Because somebody could be better. Nobody's better.
Next
than
is
Drake,
Lil Uzi Vert.
5. I don't know what you're looking at me for.
That's crazy.
5.
5 is wild. But
No, Young Boy might be in
1.
there. I'll give it a 3.
3.
But 3
Well,
is
you already
you.
have a 3. You,
Oh.
have,
Okay, so 4.
you have
4.
1, 4, and 5.
4.
4.
4.
That was.
It's Lil Uzi Vert. Like,
Next is Eminem.
Ooh,
We have
We could
1
throw
and
this
5
away.
left.
no, because Young Boy might be on there, and he gets a
It
5.
might be.
So that's like, there's just one more.
Yeah.
1 and 5.
But we don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
who that one is.
After Eminem, there's one more person. Either put him out number
You
1.
have terrible. Why did you put all
I'm
those
putting
terrible lists?
Hey. These aren't people I list. These aren't even pizza toppings I like. I don't like any of those. I just
So
put
why you pick these artists? You would have put Lil Baby. You could have put Sexy Red. You could have put Young.
I put polarizing artists. Travis Scott and Uzi are not like Drake and Eminem. The last person is not like any of them. I put polarizing artists. They all rap, but they all have different styles.
Who could be the last one?
You
That
haven't
really
even put the last.
Yeah, but that, depending on who the last one is, determines
Can you
how
give me a
we
hint on
place
the last one?
this one.
wait,
Damn.
do I know the rapper, the last one?
Y'all, everybody there.
Okay, everyone.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. I'm 100% positive.
Okay.
Eminem, bro. Crazy.
5.
Eminem 5. Y'all agree?
Hey man, no disrespect. but
He's
Eminem
either
5.
number 1 or number 5. So.
I can't believe y'all put Uzi over Eminem. But y'all didn't know. Last person is Cardi B.
I'll put her at a
That's
1.
your number 1. All right.
She's ass though. She got Lotto.
Really?
The Lotto, yeah, that was cool.
Now the next one is singers.
Okay.
So first person, Chris Brown.
Ooh,
3.
3.
Solid 3.
Okay. Brent Faiyaz.
I put that hole at the top.
I don't know who that is.
You
I love me some
You
Brent.
listen to Sonder. Sonder is the main.
Oh, that's
He's
I
the
like
main singer
Sonder.
of
Top
Sonder.
one.
Yeah.
The show's
Okay. Yeah.
So
1.
1 D.
Fucking 5.
Good.
But,
5. Wow.
Nigga,
So
you listen
you guys
to
have to
Uzi.
agree on the
Okay.
number.
So average 2. Because we both said 1. You said 5. Average 2.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Brent Faiyaz.
Quick math.
The next one is Tim's.
Who?
Tim's.
That's the girl that always looked like in her
She
picture.
sang the "Don't Need No Other," whatever the fuck she was.
5.
It's 1 through 5.
4.
4. Wait, y'all agree on
Rather-
4?
4, 5, 6. 5 is average.
Well, 6 doesn't even count. 6
Yeah.
is
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
shit. You're right.
So 5.
Are you okay with 5? Or
What if there's somebody worse than?
are you right?
So what do we have left?
If we put her at 4, we'll have 1 and 5 left.
Yeah.
If you put her
Put her
at
at
5,
4.
okay.
Put her.
4. Next is Justin Bieber.
5.
I know you love me. I know you can.
Wait, what's left?
I just
1 and
made
5.
I just
1
made
and
a
5.
post about Justin Bieber.
5.
5. You said 5.
Mm-hmm.
The old Justin Bieber though.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
And your last person is Ariana Grande.
Man, this
Ew,
list is
fuck
horrible.
no. Y'all should have put vampires as one. Y'all niggas tripping.
I said one. This man said
Why you
five.
listen to a man? I listen to Lil Uzi.
Hey man.
The next one,
It is what it
the
is.
last category is arousal. So how do you get the other person aroused? Whoever you're.
Sexual?
Yep.
Oh,
So
it's easy. I got
Nice.
this.
the first one
Alright.
is kisses. Where would you put kisses? 1 to
Next
5?
2.
Oh.
2? You
2.
put kisses at 2?
Yeah, it's put 2.
3.
Sometimes you
3?
say lock the door.
Yeah.
Niggas.
So kisses is 2. Massages.
I don't get massage. I put that at like
4.
a 4.
Yeah.
Massages 4.
He's looking at you like, I'm not giving you no more massages.
No, I thought it was how we turn the other person on. You don't
The
really
next
ask
one
them
is
about
thigh grabbing.
That's a
I hate when somebody's too aggressive with grabbing. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Yeah.
that shit hurts. Like, what the...
that. Is this a
Yeah,
guy
that shit-
answering or a girl answering? Because if it's for a girl, I don't grab your thigh like that. But if it's for a
It's-
guy,
It's whatever.
Because sometimes when you just chill, you can just be like...
yeah.
But like, if they're grabbing
Five.
that shit turns me off.
So
5.
5.
It turns me on, but I
It
don't
don't
do that
turn
to
me
you.
that off. I'm gonna say, get the fuck off my thigh.
So what's left? 1 and 3?
1 and 3.
Okay.
This one I got off a website, by the way. Crying. 1 and 3.
Bro.
Like, during it or like trying to turn them on?
Trying to turn them on. You're trying
3.
to arouse the person.
That should have been like a 5.
That should have been 5.
It's
Yeah.
horrible.
Why the fuck are you crying in my face? I'm gonna laugh at you.
And the last one that y'all put at number 1 is sniffing.
Shitty ass list.
That's
You chose
hilarious.
the wrong one.
That's funny for different
You
reasons.
just got
Weird.
You just looking at
I
things.
swear.
So
This should have been 1.
if you guys, because it's our, whatchamacallit, you guys out of pizza topping, singers, rappers, and arousal, you get one topic that you guys, now that you know the artist or whoever, you guys can agree as a group to change one of them. Now that you know what they are, so you can change the rapper list, the singer list, the arousal list. You can't change what it is, but you can change the order.
The arousal list, because
Yeah.
who get turned on by
Arousal.
crying?
I'll go rapper, but you know.
All right, you
You
got
have no
outvoted.
music taste.
So
Why?
what would you, out of the for arousal, since you got outvoted?
Shit.
Crying is 5.
Yeah.
Sniffing is 3. Thighs is
Sniffing is 3.
5. It's the crying. Because why the fuck are you crying in my
Yeah, but
face?
sniffing is
Sniffing
3.
is
crying?
Sniffing is, no, I'm not saying,
Hey,
but
man.
sniffing is 3.
Hey man, you see what I gotta
Sniffing
do
is
it?
above. What did you put at 4 then?
Crying. Because why?
No, 5
crying
is
is 5.
crying.
Oh, so
Yeah.
sniffing is 4.
Okay. That's what I was
Thighs
like.
3.
Okay.
Sniffing an option.
What was that one?
It was kissing and
Massages.
massages at 2.
And then
Kissing
kissing
at
at 1.
Okay.
But you'll go either way. If you can't kiss, I'm.
Yeah.
Sniffing is crazy. Not gonna lie. I feel like that's that white people shit.
So there you go.
Y'all, I'm
She
not
lying.
racist. I promise.
So as y'all's group decision, we'll go over it again for rappers. 1 through 5. Cardi B,
Ooh.
Drake,
Ooh.
Travis Scott, Uzi, and then Eminem. That's
Okay.
locked in.
Shitty
Arousal, the new list is kissing, massage, thigh grab, sniffing, and then crying.
Okay.
list.
Pizza toppings, mushrooms, mushrooms, then pepperoni, then pineapples, anchovies, then black olives.
That's terrible. But whatever.
And singers, Ariana Grande, Brent Faiyaz,
Ooh.
Chris Brown, Tim's, and then Justin Bieber.
Hmm.
And that is our first game.
I'm so sorry. Brent
Yeah,
Faiyaz.
I feel like we're messed up with those rankings.
Brent Faiyaz.
I love it. That's why it's called blind. If you knew what the rankings were,
Yeah.
it's more fun when you don't know what's coming
Yeah,
up. So you guys
facts.
got to try to figure out where to put the person. So we have another game, but we do that after the topic.
Mhm.
So Kamari and D, you guys are both entering adulthood. Some would argue you guys are already in it, but at the number age you're at, you guys are about to experience life, about to go out there and see what life has to offer you. Everybody's journey is different. Some people are gonna get hit a little harder than others. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Are there any questions that you guys have in your current state, not necessarily in your current situation, but like at 19 and 18 years old, that you guys feel like, hey, like I just don't know what's about to happen, or hey, what do I have to look forward to? This is scaring me? This is I'm not really knowing about this. Is there anything?
Because I already have talked to because my godfathers.
Do you have any?
Most of my questions were answered in the podcast, coming up.
Oh yeah. The boys podcast, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
intrigued to see that one.
Yeah, that's gonna be it.
That's hilarious.
I'm still editing that one because it's a lot of.
That's coming out this Sunday, right?
I don't know. This one might be easier to edit. There's a lot of like over talking.
Oh, gotcha.
All the different mics that we have is like it's really hard to edit.
Okay.
But, okay, so that was a little easier. So is there anything that you guys? Oh, I asked this specifically for you because I asked you this before, and we've talked about this before on another podcast. Is there anything that you wish your 10 years from now self could come back and tell you? That you could pick one thing that they get to tell you about your future. What would it be?
I'm not gonna be successful.
Are you gonna? I feel like that's what you said.
I think it is.
Like, am I on the right path? Like, should I not do as much doubting?
But just know, hopefully the answer is a good one. But if it's not, just because you change, not trying to be negative, just because you change doesn't mean it's gonna be better. But at least you know that this one you're on right now definitely is it, not it. So on and so forth. But okay. Do you remember? Do you remember what your question? I feel like it was successful for you.
Like, am I in the right mindset right now to achieve the things I want to achieve?
Okay.
Yeah, like, am I blocking my blessings? Because I'm still in the same mindset that I was. I feel like being in the same mindset, you can't accomplish the things that you need, but you wouldn't know.
Okay. Do you feel like, without all the worrying about, I should ask this in a different order, but without all the worrying about the future and stuff, are you confident in what you're doing right now?
No. I feel like I could be better than myself.
D?
I could be a lot more consistent with my physical health. And besides that, like, everything is going smoothly.
Okay. A lot of these, I'm just going to warn y'all right now if you haven't already picked up. A lot of these, for the first half, is going to be geared towards you two because you guys are entering adult life. And then y'all could, if you have any questions, we'll flip it to us about anything we wish we knew at 19 and 18 and blah, blah, blah. But to move forward, is there anything that, like, as you are getting into this next stage of your life, is there anything that you wish, like, not necessarily school, when I say learned, but not necessarily school education, but you guys wish you guys got a little bit more teachings on, like, you were taught.
Credit's very important.
Yeah, it is. Not credit.
For credit, you need a card, like, for car, house, because my car payment is $600.
Hell no.
So.
Hell nah, bro.
And I barely enjoy that hoe.
I would drive that shit every day. I'm gonna get my $600 right.
That part.
But
basically gonna be outside tomorrow.
And that's before insurance or gas or maintenance.
Mm-hmm. Oil changes.
Well, if it's just sitting there, you don't need. I'm sorry. That's not funny.
And you have to pay for the tag. Well, the tag is like $20. You have to pay for the admissions, which is $20, and then the tag every year is $20.
Mm-hmm.
And then, wow.
But I got a discount on my car. It's my 304.
Your what?
304.
What is that? Oh.
Do you guys have any? So, like, you guys are on obviously different paths. You're in school. You're saving for school. You sound like you have, like, you know what you want to do. You know what you want to do, but you have different ideas of what you want to do with it, right? Mm-hmm. I don't want to put words in my mouth, so if I'm saying something wrong, let me know I'm wrong. But it's like, do you guys feel like, because when I went into college, I thought for sure I was gonna be a lawyer.
Yeah, I don't know, like,
I changed my major 3 times before I locked down, and then even what I'm doing now has nothing to do with my degree. So it's like,
to keep it a buck, being 50, I'd be rethinking my decision of forensics. Not saying, like, it paid good, but it's like, at first I wanted to go to school to be a cardiothoracic surgeon. But it's like, I don't know. I'm kind of stuck.
But at the
That
point
was-
you're in right now, you still have the opportunity to switch. Because aren't you in the stage where you're doing like the pre-work?
I'm a junior. I mean, I'm a sophomore.
Yeah, so you're in your last stage or last year of prereqs before you get into the hardcore.
Yeah, but when I transfer, I could change my major.
Gotcha. Okay.
I was gonna say the same thing. I was like, the more you wait, the harder it is to change because
And plus, my
those
internship, I can get
credits.
an internship right now, but it's like I don't want to because A, what if I don't like it, and B, I'm transferring.
But
But
I'd
that's
rather
the
do
point
that
of an
because that's when
internship.
you'll learn if you like it.
Yeah.
I would suggest do it. So that
It's
way.
just, I don't want an internship in that, like, from that school,
Mm.
and I might not like it. I feel like at Georgia State, it's a better opportunity to get an internship.
So if you were to switch majors, what would your alternate
know.
major be?
Probably psychology because I'm taking a psychology class right now.
What was his, or one of his majors?
Here it was. Do you have like not? I'm gonna be saying a lot of stuff that's gonna sound negative, but I'm a very realistic person. Do you have like a plan B? Like, have you thought about like, okay, if this doesn't work, here's what I'm gonna do next, or you just like I'm focused on like plan A and just kind of
So
work?
I'm gonna go from the main plan from down. So peep game. My main plan is to filmmaking. That's the number one thing I want to do. I want to go out there, make movies, and be just like Star Wars, some a George Lucas type beat, right? If that doesn't go to plan, I want to be a model. I've always, people tell me I have the height, looks, all that stuff. So I'd rather get into that. If that doesn't work out, I'll go into the military. Haven't really decided on what branch yet, but I'll go into that. If that doesn't work out, then I'll fall back on what I like, which will be video games. Be a game developer, stuff like that. If that doesn't work out, then I'll fall back into
I'm listening. I'm sorry.
my number one passion right now is football. I love the sport of football. So if I could get into being a ball boy for the Falcons, stuff like that, I'd rather, get into that.
I love how you always plug the Falcons.
Not gonna lie, before college, I signed myself up for the Air Force.
Really?
Like, all I had to do was do my SBAT. Like, I had a recruiter and everything.
Wow.
So if college don't work out, I'm going back to the Air Force. Because I'm a military baby. My mom, my
I
dad.
did it for the Marines though.
Wow. That's crazy. I never knew that.
Yeah.
Because I'm a military baby. That's in my blood.
Yeah.
So.
I'm not. I just knew I didn't want to be at my mom's house any longer. I knew I had to go. I knew I wanted to go somewhere.
Yeah.
So I was like,
I wouldn't be able to survive in the military. I'm too sensitive.
They yell at you too much.
Yeah. I cry.
Yeah, you
Don't yell at
would.
me.
I'm not
Don't
gonna
raise your voice
lie.
at me. Hello.
That reminds me of my frat story. So like, my mom's an AKA, and my dad is a Q dog. So it's like they were already like talking it up.
Mm.
And then I have a cousin who is a year older than me, and he went to Tuskegee and he crossed over. He was telling me like his experience after the fact, and I was like, yeah, I just can't do it. Like, you're not gonna tell me to like go water the grass in the rain. I can't talk to no, like
But
while
the
you're.
pay is good though, but all money's not good money though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I can't do the frat thing, the hell week, and some people, for him it was a month. Like he had a hell month where he couldn't talk to nobody. He was on their beckoning call. He had to go get them. He had to leave class in the middle of a midterm, go get the McDonald's in the rain, and they said it better be dry.
This is college?
This is a college at Tuskegee. And he was like, but after all that, it's like the brotherhood and all that. I was like, but they broke you down so far.
That's how the Air Force is.
Yeah, that's
what
what
I
made me
do.
like move away from that. But yeah, I'm good.
Because I had the opportunity to pledge when I go to Georgia State.
How often do the things that you worry about actually come true?
Okay, my thing is, if you think about it so much, you're manifesting it. If you're putting so much doubt, I feel like if you think positive, a positive outcome. If you think negative, a negative, because you're manifesting that to happen. So I feel like if you think about it so much, and don't stress about the things that you can't do nothing about. Because what's the point of stressing over something that, like, no matter what you do, the outcome's still going to be that.
You can still plan for it though, but
I
that's
know.
not stressing. It's a difference. But you can still think about it, plan for the worst, just in case it happens. But I
You
see
should
what you're
always
saying.
have a plan for the worst.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Expect the best, but plan for the worst.
Yeah, always have a plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Like D.
Yeah, that nigga had an F, X, Y, and Z.
How much influence do you think somebody's name has on the way they turn out? Do you think it would be different if your name wasn't Kamari, and you think you would be,
To give it above being 50, I feel like that also comes with trauma. Like trauma in your childhood molds you to who you're gonna be. So I feel like things happen for a reason for you to be that way. So let's say somebody broke your heart. It's a lesson. Everything's a lesson. So everything molds you to the person you're gonna be. So if my name was Kamari, I'll probably have a different outcome. If my dad was still here, different outcome. Everything has a different outcome depending on life.
that's true. That's very true.
So if you never went to Amazon, you'll never want married.
Facts. A lot of shit would have been different.
If you didn't,
It's not even Amazon. I was about to say it's not even Amazon. If I didn't go to that building, I could have went to Arizona instead of.
Everything happens for a reason, regardless if you don't like it or not.
That is very true. That is very, very true. Do y'all? Now I'm gonna switch to. I'm gonna ask a question, but for me, is there anything back and like looking back, not necessarily regrets, but you look back and you're like, I know for a fact, or you have a gut feeling that was not the way to go. In terms of like, so I'll answer. Maybe I'll give you an example. So like, me and freshman year of college, me and my mom got into it, and we ended up not talking for like a year and a half. And I look back on that, and I'm like, as strongly as I feel, even to this day, I'm like, I still stand 10 toes on what I said and how I felt, and I know why I did it. But it's like, there's so many different ways I could have gone about that. And would it have made us still be cool and that 1 year and a half didn't happen? I don't know. You'll never know. But it's like, I look back as I'm older, I'm like when yesterday when she called me, and like just the communication is different. And when you met her, you were like, I don't really talk like mom and son. I really talk like adult to an adult. And you've noticed that as you've been around my family, it's just, I'm like, I mean, that one isolated situation did not cause that, but it didn't help it either. So I always look back and I'm like, we were already not a great relationship. So should I have done differently then? Not to like as a regret standpoint, but just like, that didn't help. Yeah. That probably made it worse. You know what I mean? Like that definitely didn't help. Do you have any moments like that where you're like?
Yeah, a few. One after the situation where my ex cheated, and my response to that could have been totally different. And then also with my parents, like I've realized that growing up, I definitely had a different reaction to them versus if it was a person off the street, which is totally wrong. But I mean, it was different because I was in their house, and let's say something didn't go my way, I get an attitude. They didn't deserve that. But if something didn't go my way on the street, and let's say a stranger did something to me, I don't get that same attitude with them. So I don't know, looking back, they just didn't deserve it. And it's interesting to think about it as an adult, some things you just wish you can take back.
To piggyback off of that, because I just thought about another situation, I'm sure it'll click when I say it. Somebody else said to us recently that the person that they're taking care of treats them like crap, but then outside they want to smile at everybody's face. And I never understood that, where it's like, I never understood that, where it's like, I mean, obviously everybody thinks different, everybody's different. As a kid, I always had a clear indication of like who my caregiver was. So I knew if this lady stops what she's doing, I'm shit out of luck. So granted, I was still a kid. I had attitude, slammed the door, I wouldn't do nothing for her. I would definitely, like if I slammed the door in front of her face, I'm slamming the door in front of the stranger's face. I'm not going to slam the door in front of her and like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. No, you probably going to get worse because I definitely don't know you. But you know what I mean? Like, I never understood why like people will catch an attitude with the parents, but then want to be all put on a different persona in a way to the strangers. I'm like,
that's how a mama is, a black mama.
I never understood. I'm like, what the hell? Like, nah, if anything, I'm going to add worse for them.
Yeah.
So that way, and not, this is going to sound weird, but it's like, I think that's why my mom kind of backed off on me, because she knew, it's going to sound so bad. She kind of came to terms with like, if he's treating me like this, I know for a fact he's treating the strangers worse. Versus, oh, Dahama's doing this at home, and then he goes out there and he's a model citizen. It's almost like a fake in a way, you know what I mean? Like, so it's just weird to me. Even looking back, and it's like, if anything, I expect for you, I would almost respect it more if you treated me like shit. And
You treat everybody like shit.
yeah, it's like versus you treat me like shit, and you over here kumbaya with everybody else. Like, nigga, they don't give a fuck about you. When they leave, they are not gonna worry about if you ate tonight, if you got food on your back for school, food on your back, clothes on your back for school, food in your stomach, lunch money. You know what I mean? It's like I never got that. But do you guys feel like, and this is going back to, or everybody actually, because nobody's in that point yet. When little nigglets come through, or nephews and nieces.
I talking about sperm walkers.
Yeah. When they come through, do you feel like, granted, as much as we all like to swear up and down, I'll never be like my parent, or I'm not gonna do this, but we picked up things from them.
I feel like
us. So it's like
people always turn up to be like their parents.
The more you try not to.
Because I had a conversation with my mom about that. Yeah, I'm so quick to tell somebody about themselves.
Do you feel like, what are some things that you know that you will do that your parents did? Like, you already put in here, like, okay, I fuck with it. Maybe not in the moment, but now that you're older, you're like, okay, I see why mom did that. I'm definitely gonna do that with my dad, or I'm definitely gonna do that with my kids, or my niece and nephew, or whoever you end up looking after.
I feel like my mom was always a strict parent, and I used to be more sneakier. But now that I'm older, she's more, because like, I feel like you need to have a sit down conversation. Because I used to tell my mom, I'm like, either you're gonna let me do it or I'm gonna sneak out. What? No, for real. Like, if you don't let me do it, I'm gonna do it behind your back. Which one do you prefer? And she was like, do it in front of me. So I said, I'll be outside shaking my ass, drinking.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
A lot of parents won't react like that. They'll just get.
And I understand, but the thing is, people gonna do whatever they want to do at the end of the day. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, they're gonna do it. I don't care much of her rule, and she know that. But I'm being respectful and letting you know what I'm doing.
So that's what you. So when you get your niece and nephew, or if you ever change your mind, you get a little sperm walker, as you said. Is that something you're gonna open up and be like, hey, are you gonna open up and say, I'd rather y'all do it in front of me than go out there in them streets and
like, I want them to be comfortable with me. Like, if you, I don't want them, because think about it. This is a cruel ass world. Let's say I don't let them wear something. They gonna go out and what if something happens to them? I don't know what the fuck they had on. Or what if I don't let them do it, they're gonna do it with somebody else in their I just want them to be honest, and how they feel. I'll be more open with their feelings and emotions.
I was gonna say that, but I'll let y'all say it and then I'll come back around. D, what do you think you're gonna?
Well, I'm already like my mother. She's basically the female version of me. Extremely quiet, don't say much. And I'm starting to pick. I mean, not really necessarily for my father, because he's basically me, but he talks a little bit more. But the fact that I wasn't around them when I was growing up, my grandmother raised me. So I'll start to be more from her. She's a lot more blunt. She tells you how it is. So I guess in going forward, I'm starting to realize I'm telling people how it is and they're not liking it. Hey, take it how you take it, you feel me? But I'm starting to pick up more of a blunt.
You can't control how they receive it, but you can control what you say. What about you, Britt? Anything that you feel like you'll definitely do that your parents did with you?
Yeah, I'll try to build that open door policy friendship type vibe with the kids, because it seems to work out pretty good with my parents and I.
This is gonna be interesting because one, we grew up completely different, and in a lot of ways, and our mindsets are already different. But I'm gonna adopt the not like 6 and under, but like when they get to like 10, 12, I'm only gonna say it once. If I tell you don't touch that oven because it's hot, and you go touch it. Don't come cry to me because what did you expect? I just told you it was hot. You looked at me. You gave me the the visual confirmation that you saw it. I guess you tried to go see if I was lying. Now it's hot. I really don't. I'm not gonna tell the kid get out of my face, but I'm gonna be like, didn't Daddy just tell you? Yeah, didn't I just tell you that it was hot? So go get the ice, go get the ointment, whatever it is, and go sit down. What did you learn? But I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I said. No, because repeating is a waste of time. Because just like what you were saying, if they were gonna do it, they're gonna do it. So if I say it 5 times, they're still gonna do it. If I say it 1 time, they're still gonna do it. They gotta learn. Some things you just have to learn the hard way.
Yeah, that's what my mom had to learn.
Do you, as we're getting, I'm more on social media now, especially because of this podcast. So I've been seeing a lot of stuff, and it's like a lot of people our age and the getting closer to 30s are saying like they're raising their parents. Do y'all feel like you're raising your parents?
Yeah, my mama thinks she can go out the house without telling me. She thinks she's grown.
I feel like my mom lives through me.
I can see.
Because my grandmother never let her do things.
At what point? Wait, did you have an answer for that?
I hate to do a sob story, but I haven't seen my mom in like over 4 years now. So
do you guys? Well, the question is different. Do you feel like you were starting to raise your grandma, or do you still feel like?
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like when you say your mom's living through you? At what point do you guys feel like, okay, like you did it early, as what you said earlier, but like, what point do you guys feel like, okay, I don't have to? I'll do it out of respect, but I don't have to do X, Y, Z because you said it. But I'm my own person. At what point do you guys feel like you start feeling that I'm my own person? I can do my own.
Oh, I do that. No.
Yeah. I knew that. But like, for me personally, and my mom never let it slip my mind of like, my mom was the type of person, she gives me a phone, my first car or whatever. As soon as she's mad, give me my phone back. Give me my phone back. You're just mine. So I got quick to like, let me do what I gotta do to get my own phone. So that way you can't take it. Get my own car, so you can't take it no matter how you feel. So once I got to that point where I'm like, I have the basic foundation of like, this is what I have and you can't do anything about it. Then I was like, okay, I'll do it out of respect, but it's not an obligation.
I got a little smart mouth. So she tried to take my keys because she's going to Florida, y'all trip. And I said, that's pointless. So then my grandma said.
She took it before the trip so you couldn't go to her? Okay.
So then my grandma, she said it again. I said, me and my mom already talked about that. So my mom, she said, give me your phone. I looked at her and I said, what? She said, give me your phone. And I walked up because my name on this phone. She said, oh, you got a car now, so I'm going to take your car. Take it, Bookie, but give me my money back. Because it's just in her name.
Ooh, so I'm going to write it down so I don't forget. I don't want to
So now I'm in that mindset as, because she used to take my phone. I didn't pay for my phone.
Yeah.
But I pay for my phone now, so what you gonna do, take it? No, they're not. Because she's more of, that's my house, my rules type of person. So if she wants to take the car, it's in her name. She has all the ability to take my car, but it's like, you're putting that over my head. And I had to tell her myself, can't keep doing that, Bookie, because when I'm gone,
it's not Bookie.
I have a question. When you do that, like, how does the conversation go? Not necessarily like, what is the result? Like, is your mom open-minded enough to be like, you're right? Or is she like, nah, I'm still the parent?
I'm still the parent. You respect me. I do. Like, you're the child.
But does she at least let you like explain yourself after the fact, or does she like cut you off? And
it depends.
It depends on what it was.
My grandma's definitely like that. Like, she don't care.
Yeah, that's the old school.
Yeah, like she's like, they're more of you're a child, stay in your child's place. But me, I'm not a child no more. Like, I'm in college. I pay for my own stuff. I pay for my car. I pay for everything. So you need to watch how to talk to me, because for you to get respect, you have to earn respect. And my grandmother doesn't like that because she wasn't allowed to do that. But Bookie, this is not 1981. This is 2023. That's just how I feel. I might get my head knocked in, but at least I stood for what I have to say.
That's a tough topic right there.
Yeah. But I wrote it down so I don't forget. I forgot what the original question was.
So for me, it was a little different than the typical situation because I stayed in my parents' house until I was 25, I think, 24. Till I was 24. And the fact that I was in my parents' home for 3 years after graduation, yes, I was paying for all my own stuff. I had my own car, my own phone. So, no, they couldn't take it away from me, but I was still under their house. I had to abide by their rules. And it was a power struggle because I'm trying to come into adulthood and be my own person, but I still had to answer to somebody because I was living under their house. Like, I mean, granted, I was paying rent. So, in that aspect, I felt like I was entitled to certain things, such as having guests over when I want or having certain things in the fridge. But all in all, it was their house. So I had to respect it. So
Just the quick, like the answering to somebody thing. That's something that my mom, I used to always be like when I got my own phone, my own car, I was still living with her as well. I think for like a year and a half, she was like, I said, I had a similar argument. I was like, I don't feel like I have to answer to somebody. And she was like, unless you go out there and become your own boss, whatever, you will always have to answer to somebody. Even when you become your own boss, you still got to pay the taxes. You still got to do whatever the government tells you what your business can and can't do. If you do it by the books and shit. So it's like she used to always be like, either you're gonna answer to the mom who cares about you and loves you, or you're gonna answer to somebody who don't give a fuck about you and drop you as soon as you don't do what they do or do what they say to do. So my mom's just like his grandma is like very blunt, like don't sugarcoat. She said some things I'm like, that's crazy. Not just to me, but like watching my sister who's now 17 and starting to drive and stuff, and I'm like, Mom, like with it, mostly because of the sensitivities of like just what's going on nowadays. I'm like, if you were to say that somebody had a camera on you, you'd be on 5 different Georgia follower pages and World Stars and all this other shit. But at what point, and this is to go back to what you said, at what point do you guys feel like, because now we are getting to the point where like children are coming into play and 20-something years, 20 odd years from now.
yeah, I don't want him to think the subscribers want to go crazy for that.
They won't. 20 odd years from now, they're gonna have these similar talks with their friends, and it's like, at what point do you feel like, yes, because we have our own phone, we have our own car, you're paying your rent at your parents' house, so on and so forth. But at what point do you feel like, okay, you're doing a little, you think you're too grown, and you still have to? Do you guys ever have, or do you ladies and ever have those moments where like you feel like looking back, like, damn, I was doing too much? Like, yes, I get why I said it. I agree with what I said, but like, this is still my mom, this is still my dad. I was doing a little bit too much.
Yeah, my mom be getting in trouble sometimes. You don't deserve what I've seen. Or
I think I'm the complete opposite. No, don't get me wrong, I do have a smart mouth, but I think I'm very good at snatching it back. And when I snatch back, I go completely silent. And I give the silent treatment for like days, sometimes weeks. And she didn't deserve that.
Have you ever had a moment where your grandma, where you were like, I'm doing too much? Like, she didn't deserve, not necessarily disrespect her, but she didn't deserve that outburst. She didn't deserve that talk back or whatever.
Cap. Kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah. I didn't really have too many big outbursts. Which, like, she wanted me to, I was washing my clothes. She wanted me to wash everyone else's clothes in the house. So, long story short, I ended up washing everything.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, at the moment, I was like, I don't do this, I had to suck it up. PlayStation. How that happened.
That reminds me of something. I used to have this problem when we used to work at that company we used to work for and that place we used to work at, because they're not getting no free promos on this podcast. It's like, I knew whenever I was a manager, whenever I would tell somebody to do something, they would say a lot of shit and then just go do it anyway. I never understood, like, if you're gonna go do it, shut the fuck up and go do it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, me, this is just me, and hopefully somebody can understand, but like, if I'm not gonna do it, then I'll talk my shit, because I know I'm not gonna do it. But if I'm just gonna end up doing it anyway, what's the point? I never understood, like, what's the point of talking back and doing it just to let them know that they got you fucked up, but you're gonna go do it anyway?
I literally had a situation yesterday. It was a candidate that came in asking for a job, and I pulled up his profile, and he had like 3 bad records with the company I work for. I explained the situation. I was like, hey, sorry, Mr. Xavier, let's go with that. We're not going to be able to work with you at this time. And he went into like this 20-minute spiel as far as like, oh, this isn't fair. You guys are plotting against me. And I'm just sitting there like, at the end of the day, I can't do anything about this. Yeah, like the computer says what it says.
Right.
You're ineligible to work with us. So the door.
That reminds me of kind of similar. When we went to go get the most recent toy that can unalive people. Because I have to watch what I'm saying on this, because we get flagged for every little thing. Yeah, it's a skit. It's a skit. All jokes. We get flagged for all types of sensitivity on this podcast. There was a guy, we had to go through the whole background. If you've never gotten a toy that shoots things and can unalive people, you go through an FBI background check. They ask you all these questions about yourself, and then they still do an FBI background check on you anyway, just to make sure you're not lying, all this other stuff. And there was a guy who was right in front of us getting a similar toy, and he answered all the questions. And if you answer any of those questions incorrectly, they automatically block you. You can't buy from that store ever again anywhere in the country. He answered all the right questions, did the background check, came out, he was lying. He didn't even know it though. Or at least it didn't seem like he knew. He was like, what? This is similar to what you said. It's not fair, it's not this. And then I asked when it was our turn and we did our check this box, do that, sign this, and everything came back all right. I asked him, I was like, does that happen all the time? He's like, yeah, it happens all the time. He's like, there's even people that will lie on there, and then the FBI check comes through and they just like laugh and try to like come on, bro, I'll slide you an extra blah, 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 and all this other shit. And I'm like, if you know, I feel like, it's like, if you know that, and I feel like depending on what they flagged you for, like that's like an automatic, you need to go to jail, depending on what they flagged you for. Because if you're trying to buy a firearm and you know you just came out of jail for murder, like not that guy, but you know some people get flagged for that. It's like you knew you went to jail for murder. Why are you trying to get a toy? Shit like that. I just don't get that.
It's a skit.
But to go back to the original thing, this is specifically for you, because you said you have the smart mouth thing. Like, can you make it make sense where it's like, why do all the talking back if you're just gonna do it anyway? Is it because you want them to know, like, I'm gonna do it, but you got me fucked up, or so you can at least say your piece before you do it?
I'm saying my piece. Like, I'm gonna let you know. Like, when my mom, she was like, give me your keys. I'm like, what's the point? Like, when you're it's basically like y'all at work. And was like, or when she said do the dishes or do this, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it, but you're gonna know what I have to say. But out of respecting, I'm still in her house, so of course I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna speak my piece.
So you're just trying to find your voice, basically.
Yeah.
I almost feel like it'd be, and this is a poll for the room, does anybody else feel like it'll be received from the parent better if you have that talk after you do it? Because if I say, Kamara, go do the dishes. Right now, I don't care about, all I want you to do is go do the dishes. But if you go do it and then come back and be like, hey, when you told me to go do this, I didn't fuck with this, and this, I feel like I'll be more open to talk to you about it. Because in the moment, I'm like, I don't care about what you guys say. The dishes are still not washed. Go do that. I may not receive what you have to say the way you want. You know what I mean? I'm just like, all right, whatever, go do the dishes, blah, blah, blah. But if you go do it, and then you come back and be like, hey, 10 minutes ago, you told me to go do the dishes. I didn't fuck with A, B, and C. Then this is me personally, I'd be more open to be like, okay, I see why you didn't fuck with A, B, and C. I appreciate you doing it though. Versus before, it's like, I'm fuck with A, B, and C. I'm over here like, just shut up and go do it. Just shut up and go do it. You know what I mean?
I mean, it makes sense. I will say in my experience, it doesn't work. Not to bash my mom. She was a wonderful mom, or is a wonderful mom, rather. But it was instances in my childhood where I would be getting like in trouble, and then she'd be going in and yelling at me. and I can't get a word in. And then as I'm growing up, it'd be an instance where I'm upset with her and I'm trying to speak my piece, and it's like, no, shh, go to your room. It's like my voice was cut off. So that was a very hard thing to get through, especially if I'm over 21. I mean, I know I'm still in your house and I'm trying to speak to you respectfully, but my voice is still being cut off. So that was very frustrating. But we got through it. We figured out a way to communicate respectfully to each other, and we understood that if one of us is upset, just take the time, hold it in, write down what you feel, and then address it later. So
one thing is, after I speak my piece and after I do what I do, I don't care. Like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm more of a I don't care person. Like, I'm gonna say what I gotta say. I'm gonna do it, and I don't care.
D.
Say for example, she tells me to do the dishes.
But I could see, I think, okay, so dishes is not that big of a difference. But let's go back to your example where you're like, I didn't wear those clothes, so why do I have to wash everybody else's clothes? In that moment,
that's how we dishes. Like, I don't.
Yeah, it's like if I only use this one bowl, there's one spoon, but there's a dish full of plates and knives and forks, and I'm probably the youngest kid in the house. Like everybody else got fingers and hands and which, okay.
That's how I was. Like, that's why I said about the dishes. Like, I didn't put none of these dishes in here, so why am I cleaning? Or the bathroom, I shared the bathroom with Chandra. I didn't do this, so why do I gotta do it? And it just irritated me. Cause they say, "Oh, you're the lady. You're the girl. You need to do it." Like, okay.
Wow, that's crazy. I ain't never heard that shit in my life. Well, I mean, obviously I wouldn't hear it to me, but
yeah.
Well, that's different because Ruby's 10 years apart. What the hell she cleaning out? If she's cleaning after me, there's a problem.
But they do argue now about who does
Ruby
what.
Yeah, they do argue about like bathroom responsibilities. They actually came up with remember I had to go down there.
Yeah, she does the tub, he does the toilet.
Yeah, like they just keep doing the split up of that and stuff like that. But so to go back to respect, that's a big topic, especially with, in my opinion, y'all's age group. So like, when it comes to respect, everybody knows get some to give, or you got to give something to get some. I feel like then everybody will get a chance to speak to people. I feel like that is more concrete with strangers. But when it comes to parents, there's a level. They always have that one up. They brought you in here. They took care of you. Granted, that's what they're supposed to do.
But I didn't ask to be here.
I get that, but it's like when you say stuff like that, not just you. I'm thinking about another situation, and I'll give you the example in a second. Where it's like, oh well, explain to me why I need to respect it. It's like you can ask for it, but like when it goes to like demanding it, I'm not gonna do it until you. That part where I'm like, when it comes to parents, that part is where I'm like, mom is still mom. And as we get older, it's hard. That line starts getting like a little thinner and thinner, and like we start pushing our boundaries a little bit. Especially if you think it's bad now with your mom, imagine when you move out and you go visit her and she tells you to wash the dishes. Then you're gonna be like, I don't even live here. Exactly. Your face immediately was like the fuck. So it's like that's what I'm already thinking about, and I'm thinking about my sister as well. As like, because she does similar, but hers is more so like, okay, so she wanted to go to homecoming last year, and my mom was like, no. Long story short, she said no. Ruby's like, why? I don't understand why. Explain it. And in my head, I'm like, she don't have to explain shit. Because at the end of the day, she's paying for the ticket. So she don't want to dish the $20. You don't have a job. You don't have, you know what I mean? But I was telling Ruby, I was like, well, for me personally, I never understood the hype of homecoming when you got a prom. But she was like, oh, I really want to go and all this other stuff. And mom needs to explain to me why. And I was like, she don't have to explain shit. You can ask her like, hey, can you tell me why? But you can't be like, she needs to explain it to me. No, she don't need to do shit. She needs to feed you, make sure you got a house over your head, but she don't need to let you go to some dance for 2 hours and go shake your ass on some little 16-year-old boy. She don't need to do that. You know what I mean? It's like, that's why I'm trying to get her. She didn't receive it well. I didn't expect her to, but I just wanted to like get y'all's info on like the respecting, like, especially you two, because you guys are younger, and it's like, I get it to the point where, because I used to be a real bad hothead, and we've had talks about this. Like, I used to want to fight anybody. Anytime the respect was wavered, a stranger, I used to want to fight anybody. But when it came to my parents or family, I used to always be like, I could still want to fight you, but I'll never act on it as much as I would a stranger because it's like, I get it. I may not like what you're saying. I may not receive it the way you want me to. I may not like the way you talk to me, but you're still my uncle, my aunt, my grandma, my mom. I'll take that little miniature L. But a stranger, oh yeah, we gonna fight because who the fuck are you? I don't know you from anybody else. So can you guys explain your standpoint on respect and like?
Respect goes a long way. Like, there's one time my uncle, he thought he could talk to me any type of way, but he'll talk to kind of respect. And what did I do? I put him in his place because who the fuck are you talking to? We're not talking about Daniel. So, and my grandmother, she had to sit over Shaw down, and she's like, "Somebody don't take shit from nobody." Because I don't. If you want me to talk to you a certain way, you need to talk to me a certain way. I match energy like that. And that's what they have to want in themselves. I just feel like, but with a stranger, I'm still gonna say, what the fuck are you looking at? Because in Atlanta,
Oh yeah.
who the fuck are you talking to? Like, in New Orleans, this man came up to me and said, "Let me bite your butt," in front of my mom.
Let me do what?
Let me bite your butt.
Bite your butt.
Yes.
That's how they talk over there in Louisiana.
And he said, "Let me bite your butt," and my mom was not having it. It was a stranger. But if it was somebody else, like let's say family, she was like,
Well, hopefully they don't ask to bite your butt. But I see what you're saying. I'm not bad. I see what you're saying. I see what you're
But
saying.
yeah, it would have been like, but like a stranger, she don't care. But I feel like,
Ooh.
like respect goes either way. If you come to me with respect, I'm reciprocate. Like I match energy. If you disrespect me, I'm gonna disrespect you, or I just don't. Or you're nice to me, I'm gonna be nice to you. If you talk to me crazy, I'm gonna talk to you crazy.
So you're not a be the bigger person type of person.
Sometimes, depending on the situation.
But it seems like, based on what you're telling me, it seems like you are. When you say sometimes, I feel like that's very few because you seem impulsive. Like as soon as you feel the disrespect, oh, I'm coming back. Times two, maybe sometimes. So it seems like you're more so. And I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it seems like you're more so like impulsive in terms of like you say something crazy, I'm gonna say it crazy immediately instead of thinking about it. And it's like, what do I get out of this? Or are they even really gonna like? If it was somebody at Walmart, we leave, are they ever gonna? Am I ever gonna see this nigga again? You know?
I think about that. Sometimes I just let shit go because I'm not gonna like. I used to be a hothead. I used to fight in middle school and high school until I got put on probation and I did all that. Now I think of shit differently. Like I'm gonna be on probation, but I'm not gonna remember the person who I fought. I'm not gonna remember none of this. So what's the point? I'm more mature now. I let shit go because I don't care. Like I'm not gonna remember that person at the end of the day, or somebody could die instantly. Like, damn, I regret this shit. Like, I'm more mature now, but I just let shit go. Like, I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm impulsive, but it depends on the situation. But usually, I'm like, let me think this through, and then da 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 da. It just all depends.
D, where do you stand on respect? Some people need. So before I say this part, so you're saying like, let's say me and you didn't know each other or whatever, and you were at work, and I came up there, I was like, I'm bold. I'm like, hey boy, da 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 da. You ignore me or whatever, and then the next time, like, excuse me, sir, are you still gonna hold that hey boy over my head, or you're gonna come with respect because I corrected myself? Because some people just need that one correction to be like, okay, this is not the one to play with. Let me come correct. But if you still treat them the way they did the first fuck up, then it's an endless cycle of, okay, I tried to come correct and you still disrespecting me, so I'm gonna get disrespectful, and then it's just gonna be disrespect, disrespect. So it's like, oh yeah, okay, true.
So either way, you want to meet. I'm always happy. The lady told me, you can see that. never did that. So it's said
Yeah,
that.
kill them with kindness type shit.
So, or they could do it.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's amazing.
Yeah. The big maybe.
Right now, when they be like, when they try to talk to me, they don't have decorum. So I be like, who the fuck are you talking to? And then they sit off these. I'm like, okay.
Britt, what's your standpoint on respect?
You get what you give. I'm not just giving respect just because you're my elder. And I don't care if you're quote unquote family or not. If you don't respect me, I can treat you like a stranger real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm real big on matching energies. If it's family, I might have a little bit more respect on the matching energies. I might just, go silent for 6 years, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, respect is real big for me. If I don't feel respected, I'll remove myself real quick.
That's how I am with my mom's brother.
Do you guys feel like as we get older, just this is me talking about me and Kamar, because you both said we were hotheads, and you guys both, in a way, are similar, and we're similar. So me and Kamar, I feel like just based on how I turned out and what you're saying, it's almost like the bad kids, or not bad kids, the one that had the smart mouths, like they mellow out when they get older because it's like they just don't have the energy anymore. Or they just like, you know what? Because that's what happened to me. Like, I used to be so quick to be big on respect, especially even at work. I didn't even care if you disrespect me.
Yeah, I quit a job. I don't need a job. I need another job.
Yeah. And it's like, but then as I get older, I'm like, one, it's harder to find jobs nowadays. Two, well, it depends on the job you're looking for. But two, as big as I was on respect with that person, the odds of me ever, unless that's a recurring customer or we always go to we live in the same neighborhood, the odds of me ever seeing that person again is very slim. So I fought so hard for respect for somebody I'll probably never run into again. And now I'm out of a job and they get to go on about their day and they still get to be disrespecting the next person and the next person. It's like, that's what I started thinking about. I was like, what is my impact on this situation?
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like when I used to deal with customers, I used to think like, damn, like what if they had a fucked up day? So depending on how you react, that's how they will leave. Like what if that's why I try to be kind with customers, because I can make somebody's day. Like many people have told me, oh, you made my day. But sometimes if you gonna act like an ass, I'm gonna show my ass. But it's like you never know what somebody went through that day. So it leaves an impact.
My first ever boss at Payless. I used to work at Payless off of Riverdale Road, in the ghetto. So he used to always tell me, like, customers used to come and try to exchange something and they don't have the receipt. We have to follow policy. Obviously, they have an attitude. I used to always be like, why don't you, say something bad? Why don't you make them come correct you? Like, because I know what I got in the back of this store and on me. I don't know what they're gonna do when they leave this store, go to their car and come back in here and it's up. And that spoke volumes to me in terms of like, not necessarily respect. Now it's just like, yo, life. People are crazy out here. You could say one crazy thing, that person does go to their car, get their toy, come back off of an argument.
That's what happened to that boy. That man got killed because he talked to his mama crazy.
Skit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a skit. It's a skit.
Yeah. So it's like that right there. And it definitely was part of the town we were working in, but it's just like, because he used to get talked to crazy, he would always smile. And I'd be like, dude, like, you're better than me, all this other stuff. And he's like, bro, like, I know I don't have nothing on me in the back of this store or on my person while I'm working here. Now, if we was out there and I know what I got in my trunk and I'm by my car, it's different. But I know my capabilities in here. I don't know what they got out there. I don't know who they gonna get to come back and because he was just going down the list. And I was at 19 years old, that spoke when I was like, wow. So this really is like bigger than the situation, because one thing my mom always instilled in me was, because I used to ask her not to complain, but I used to be like, as I got older, I was like, you stopped yelling. You stopped lecturing. She's like, because the older you get, the more your actions affect you and don't affect me no more. Mm-hmm. And the older you get, the actions that you do become harder and harder to reverse, depending on what it is. So it's like, You can go out here and do something stupid at 14. By the time you're 16, nobody's probably gonna remember, unless you did some crazy ass shit. But nobody's gonna remember it, you know. But if you do something at 19, and it's gonna be harder and harder to reverse it, say there's no more sorry. Now you're an adult. Sorry was cute when you were 12 and 13. Oh, okay, you said sorry. 1 month punishment, we got over it. What did you learn? And now it's like you learning as you fixing, trying to fix what the hell you did at 19, 20, 21.
You know,
And the list goes on.
I do not honk at nobody. Because you never know, somebody could unalive you.
They can.
That's why I don't honk at nobody. I'm sorry, so. But if you do too much, yeah. Like this one time I was driving and this man honked at me, so guess what I did? I stopped the car because where we going now? But usually I be scared because they could unalive you just like that. You never know. They have serious verbiage. I did a project about that with criminal justice.
That reminds me of like the cheating thing. Too many people in our age range are killing and or unalive or being unalive off of, oh, you cheat, you slept with my girl, whether the dude knew it, or same thing, you slept with my boy. I'm trying to not say the N-word, so we get flagged for that too, but and I'm like, that's the impulse of stuff, but it's like it's just things are not saying it wasn't happening before.
It's just more prevalent now, or it seems like it's more prevalent because everything's recorded.
Yeah, everything's recorded. Everything is. If you do something in downtown Atlanta, it'll be on 5 pages by the hour.
Yeah.
With updates and pictures and all this other stuff. But it's just, I feel like because of that generation we're in, where it's like everything's in the now, people are still quick to be like, yeah, man, you're not finna. And this is more so for the guys, but it's like, because the girls aren't helping it either. The girls are. We talked about this 2 podcasts ago with another guest, where it's like girls are so quick to like, I need a dude they bring this, and this, got his own car, got his own this, got his own that, which is fine. You can have your own list, but then there's also lists out there. If a guy sleeps like this, he's gay. If a guy does this, he's gay. So like that masculine energy flares up even more because they want to show that I am a man. I'm not this now. You know, there's social media videos where like if he dry his hands like this, he's feminine. If he does it, I don't want no man like that. So like a guy wants to show his bravado so much, whereas like we're in the mall and a dude bumps you. Normal situation, I would have been like, and he said, excuse me, normal situation, I'm like, it's all good, bro. But because of all the shit going around, if I was a younger dude, now I gotta prove something. Even though he already said my bad, it's an honest mistake. Nah, bro, you got me fucked up, I got that shit on me, It's like, that's what I feel like generations going through. I don't even like going to like stores and shit, mostly because of COVID, but like I do curbside every chance I get. I'm like, I ain't got time. I know what I'm there for, but I ain't got time for Jimmy to bump Billy in the food court and now niggas are running and shit. And I just came to get some shoes. Like it's so much shit going on out there. It's like, bro, I don't have time to be thinking about what everybody else got going on. To think about your traffic situation. Like
that reminds me of when we were going to QT to get some pretzels. And we pulled up in the parking spot, and the guy was literally parked on the line. So you got in your parking spot, you were totally fine. And he was giving us like this stink look. It's like, for what? You're the one in the wrong.
I thought about that too when I was telling the story. So to tell you guys, we were just like you said, we pulled in the QT. The guy was on the line. I pulled in. I'm thinking I'm shifted over. So I pull out. When I pulled back out, that's when I realized, oh, he's on the line. So I went right back in. And I told her to stay in the car, and I went around and I opened the door. And there's no way around it. I didn't do it on purpose, didn't do it on accident. The door bumped his truck because he was on the line. And he looked at us, and I told him, I was like, you were on the line. You were on. I said it 3 times.
But he was looking at us stink face before you even did that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but that's what it goes with what she's saying. Like, you don't know what other people are going through.
Yeah.
Like, he probably just pulled over real quick. He got that big ass truck. He's like, let me just get my mind right. Next thing you know, he look up, and there's a car right next to him. In his eyes, too close. And then a stranger gets out, bumps his door.
Yeah.
My perspective is, I know what I got. Do you know what you got? And we'll see what goes from there. But his perspective is, I was already having a shitty day. This dude just pissed me off even more. I could do this. It could have gone so many different ways. But yeah. So respect, we can all agree, is needed. mutually. But I think where I disagree a little bit more than you three is, you guys are saying like, I need to see it before I give it. I don't want to put words in y'all's mouth.
Well, I don't necessarily need to see it before I give it. I give respect to everyone, but when I see that respect is not reciprocated, that's when I retract my respect.
Yeah, that's how I do it.
I'm not just going to continue to respect someone that's going to continue to disrespect me in my face. No, don't play in my face.
Because I'm very respectful. Like, I'm extremely respectful. Until,
Y'all ready for the next game?
Mm-hmm.
The next game is One Has to Go. And I'm gonna, if you haven't, have you played that before? So I'm gonna list off 3 to 4 things, and this one's individual. Everybody has to agree on one thing to disappear off the face of the earth forever.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is chips. So you got Doritos, Funyuns, Cheetos, or Lay's. One of them has to go.
What was the first one?
Doritos.
I can get rid of Funyuns.
Oh wow. First one, y'all agree. Next one is games. You got Monopoly, Candyland, Connect 4, or Guess Who?
Candyland.
Candyland.
No,
I say Guess Who.
Hannah love
Guess
that
Who
game.
is like where you have a bunch of pictures on either side. You got to try to guess who the other person's looking
Like,
at.
does your person have a hat? Is your person
Is
wearing
it a
glasses?
boy or a girl?
And then you flip down
that's why I
based
said they
on
gotta
the
go.
answer.
Yep. That's why I said they gotta go. Next one is singers. You got Usher, Chris Brown, Omarion, or R. Kelly.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I fucks with R. Kelly.
I was about to say,
me. He ain't pee on me. I'm sorry. I don't
What's
stand
the-
for what he said, but I listen to R. Kelly.
what's the last song y'all know from Omarion? What'd you just say?
Bump, 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 B2K. Shit. Icebox.
What's
That's
the
an
recent
Icebox.
song you've heard?
You said it was the last song I know.
Oh, okay.
Icebox was the last song I ever heard.
Omarion.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Omarion. You never heard of Omarion? Okay, so you pick Omarion. Next one is Popeyes, Churches, or KFC.
Church. Oh,
Popeye's
KFC.
cool, but
Yeah, Popeye's is saying between KFC and Churches.
Yeah.
You gotta pick one though.
KFC.
No, I said,
I say
Churches.
KFC.
Cause I get a bowl. I used to get a bowl for him.
These are wing spots. American Deli, Wingstop, Buffalo Wild Wings, or Touchdown Wings.
First of all, touchdown is staying. How dare you? What was the second and third option?
Wingstop and Buffalo Wild Wings.
I don't think I've ever been to Wingstop, so I guess I'll go with that by default.
Wingstop. I go Wingstop. I hate Wingstop.
Bro, you get some free wings on your birthday and you gonna vote them out?
You do?
Yeah, at Buffalo.
I've never been there. I've never been there, but I hate Wingstop. That's why I pick Wingstop.
Oh, I picked Wingstop because I've never been. Yeah.
They rent's good, but that's it.
The next one is specifically the fries at these places. You got Wendy's fries, McDonald's fries, Chick-fil-A fries, or Five Guys fries.
Five Guys, too oily.
It's so fucking
Y'all
salty.
are tripping. Yeah,
I don't want the butt part. That shit is
you're
wrong.
crazy. I say Wendy's fries can go.
Are you mad?
Wendy's
Are you
fries
mad?
can dip. Those shits are so bland. That shit is disgusting.
I don't like
You haven't been to a
Five
good
Guys.
Wendy's. Out of the list that you just
I've been to
listed,
multiple
it's
Wendy's.
McDonald's, Wendy's, Chick, and then Five
Five-
Guys.
See, that's-
Five Guys is like all the way down
And
there.
your list,
That
and
was-
your list, there's your list.
You're
You're not missing, yeah.
So you got Lion King,
Fuck
Lilo and Stitch, the whole Toy Story grouping, or the Proud Family movie.
Lion. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
Eater.
What you gonna vote out?
What was the last option?
The Proud Family movie.
With the peanuts?
Big rocks.
Get out. Go back and stuff. Get out.
He's a irrelevant. He's irrelevant. Listen, little
Shout out Uzi.
Fuck Uzi.
Wow.
You ain't plugging nobody unless they're part of the squad.
No.
Next is Cheetah Girls, the whole Cheetah Girls movies,
They can
the
go.
whole High School Musical movie thing, or Halloween Town?
Cheetah.
I can't wait for Halloween. Halloween time? Cheetah goes better.
Cheetah.
Okay, so by
Cheetah.
default,
Wow.
cheetah.
I say Cheetah Girls too. These are throwbacks. You got Elmo and Friends, Barney, Teletubbies, or Dragon Tales.
Elmo. I'm sorry.
What the world?
I could agree
I'm sorry.
with you.
Yeah.
Teletubbies.
Teletubbies. I say
Well, you know what?
Teletubbies
That
as
was
well.
kind of a weird show,
Yeah.
but I watched it, so I didn't watch Elmo.
I'll say Teletubbies.
This one is the bread that these restaurants give. Jim and Nick's.
What's that?
Mm-hmm.
It's a barbecue place. Cheesecake Factory,
Mm-hmm.
Olive Garden, or Red Lobster.
Olive
Olive
Garden bread be
Red
dry.
I love this bread.
So why would you vote Red
I
Lobster?
don't
Jim and Nick's is it's similar to Red Lobster, but it's sweeter. It's good though.
We talk about Olive Garden.
Olive Garden is like the breadsticks. They real dry and they got like this
What's the other
garlic.
one?
Cheesecake.
Cheesecake
The brown
Factory.
bread.
Cheesecake. That's the fuck to go.
Oh wow. The bread
You got-
slaps.
SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron, or Jake and Josh.
SpongeBob.
Ooh,
I was not allowed to
cuss
watch
you
it.
out.
I
My mom
was
will cuss
not
you out for that.
Allowed to watch it. I've literally never seen an episode. Do not judge me.
You said SpongeBob what?
SquarePants.
No.
SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents,
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Neutron, or Drake and Josh. Would you guys rather, for the rest of your life, would you guys rather have to only eat PB&J sandwiches or grilled cheese sandwiches?
PBJ.
I like PBJs. I love me some PBJs.
Y'all ever had a grilled PBJ?
No.
Mm.
That's a big bag shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Shit fire.
This one's going back to Disney movies, but you got Finding Nemo, Toy Story, The Incredibles, or Lion King. But
Lion
Lion
King.
King. That's the fuck to go. Sorry. I'm so sorry for using this. You already know what it was.
what do you? I can see it now. I'm gonna zoom in on your face for that part. The next one is this one. You guys might not know what the last one is, but you got Arthur, Caillou, Between the Lions, or Cyber Chase.
Between the Lions.
I don't think they would have known what that was. You guys don't know what Between the Lions? That was still out there.
Cyber Chase was PBS. Well,
I don't remember none of the shows besides the first two.
what was the second one again?
Caillou.
That was PBS as well.
I watched that.
They all were PBS.
Oh.
Well, I agree with what you read.
Between the Lions.
That's it.
Between the Lions. I say Cyber Chase.
What is that?
Wow.
Cyber Chase is a cartoon about these kids that go around and fight viruses, and they do it through math. So it'll be like, what?
Like Dora?
No. Dora didn't fight nobody.
But she found people.
Through math.
She
No,
had a mind.
these guys are fighting people though. Like they're like, yeah. So last one. If you were in the wild with only one spear, you had to survive against one of these four. Which one would it be? A hippo, a bear, a gorilla, or an elephant?
An elephant.
But you can be pushed up with an elephant.
Yeah. I'd ride it then.
But if you don't, then
God
What
bless
was the other one?
one little thing and they smush you on it. Hippo, a bear, a gorilla, or an elephant.
I'm not shit like that. Or a bear.
Mhm.
As
This
long as you
nigga
don't piss
said
them
a
off.
gorilla. When you throw that shit at the gorilla, I finna catch that shit.
Snap
Snap that shit. Fuck
You
the
gonna die? No, you.
shit. Me, man.
I'm saying my bad, boo.
Definitely not a hippo.
No.
Hippos are fast as fuck.
Yeah. And am I tripping or do they not have that little horn?
No, that's a rhino.
Oh, okay. What are hippos then? Oh, they have the fat nose.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Those are pretty good.
Yeah, that's true. I know I'm not gonna pick hippo. Definitely not gonna pick gorilla. You're tripping.
But the thing is, if you don't kill them, they gonna kill you.
All these niggas, almost all of you don't kill them, they're gonna kill you. An elephant, one step and you done. You squish like a grape.
Yeah, but elephants are not that aggressive unless you provoke them.
When have
Yeah.
you seen an elephant in the wild? And to know that.
Many
All
times.
those little things on Instagram, those are people that they raise those elephants and let those girls get on their back and shit and walk through
No, but I've
the
seen like
beach.
wildlife, and they just want to do that.
Yeah, elephants are adorable. It was this video of this African kid doing like an interview or something in front of a family of elephants, and this little baby elephant came up and like, what? That's funny. His little
Our
trunk
second
was
biggest
playing.
demographic is Nigeria, right? We're canceled. Go ahead.
Dang.
It's a skit.
Get
It's
it,
a skit. Yeah, they're finna go in on your ass in the comments. Go ahead, though. What were we saying?
Oh, that was it.
Oh.
He was just playing with his trunk all over the little African interviewer. It was cute.
Okay.
Elephants are friendly.
Shit. All right. What is y'all's hot take?
Hot take Sunday.
That's like a conspiracy or something.
It could be.
Okay. I'm talking about mermaids. Well, they're not really called mermaids. I feel like people made mermaids look all cute, but they're really called sirens. And they sing to lure you in, and then they capture you and they imprison you.
You think that's real?
Yeah, and aliens are real too.
Anybody else want to go? I know you're stepping.
Yeah, I got one. Don't donate to the kids, guys. When like you have a Walmart or Target checkout and they ask you that question like, hey, want to donate $1 or $5 to the kids? Always say no. They've already donated their portion and got it as a tax write-off. And when you say yes, you're just paying back the store. You're not actually donating to the kids. The kids got what they need. So do not donate to the kids unless you're doing it directly. Don't do it through the store.
That's great. Scammers. They low-key are scammers.
The biggest scam. Other than taxing after I already got taxed.
When we're still doing the discussion, I forgot to bring it up. So speaking of like the male bravado thing, having to like prove themselves or feeling like they have to prove themselves with the new generation of young ladies coming through. I guess this is kind of going to a hot take. And depending on how y'all look at it, you can tell me at the end. We talked about this very loosely a couple podcasts ago. And it actually happened in front of me. And it didn't go well. And it actually happened exactly like I said I was going to happen. So for you, we were talking about how every little thing that a guy does, girls say is feminine. Oh, cancel him. He ain't this. He's not a real man. Da, da, da. And I was playing devil's advocate. I do that a lot. And I was like, I can, in a way, get it. I don't get the extremes of them. But what I do understand is the fact that like, if me and him were complete strangers and he had a nice outfit on, I could be like, okay, I see you, bro. That's not feminine. That's just giving him his prop, right? That's just saying like, hey, you look good without saying you look good. But if I were to come up to him and say, you look cute, you look fine as fuck, that's feminine. There's no way, like, there's so many different ways you could say somebody looks good without saying the words.
Feel like you hard.
Yeah, this.
Whoa.
No.
Like your fit is hard as fuck.
Okay, yeah. I'm saying you hard. Yeah. But it's like.
Like your fit hard as fuck.
So what happened was I was at the store, and what I don't know is if these guys knew each other beforehand. Obviously, I'm shopping, doing my own thing, and this guy comes up, and one of them has a new Jordans on. And he's like, oh, I see you, boy. He's like, I appreciate you. Okay, cool, keep going. Then they cross paths. This guy turns around, looks him up and down. And he was like, you're looking kind of thick. The dude that got told that to started spazzing. What you trying to say? What you got going on? Da, da, da. That's where I feel like there's so many different. First of all, I feel like he definitely, in a way, tried him up. You don't tell somebody. A guy would not tell a girl you looking kind of thick unless he's trying to get at her. So a guy would not also tell a girl would not tell, well, maybe girls do that, but
honestly, I don't think he was trying to like be rude. Honestly, if he is gay, that's probably just him taking his opportunity to shoot a shot. I mean, how else is he supposed to shoot a shot? I mean, he could have did it with more class, but
from what I've been told, y'all, lesbians and gays and all the LGBT letters, y'all have like that little radar or whatever.
mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, not everybody's 100%, but like, you still gotta fill the room. You don't just sit there and straight up go like that when somebody you don't know is like that.
I mean, but honestly, guys do that to girls all the time.
In the deep end.
Guys catcall on girls all the time. So what's the issue when a guy does it? Yeah. I mean, I don't see, maybe because I'm a woman, but I don't see the issue with that other than it just being a catcalling. And I mean, it is. He was clearly wanting something else from that guy. He was shooting his shot. Simple as that. But the other guy could have just simply been like, hey, I'm not into that. Yeah. Simple. You don't have to take offense.
That's what I'm talking about with the other thing, like when guys having to prove their bravado so much.
Yeah.
I feel like he could have did that extreme, like, oh, who the fuck you think you talking to? Just to prove that to anybody that's looking around or anybody that could have been hurt, that could have heard that he's hard, like, you know. Like,
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So especially like, in Atlanta. Baby.
But yeah, I get that in a way because I used to have talks with coworkers and they'll be like, if so and so ever tried this, you know, hypothetical, if so and so ever tried this, would you do this, or what would you do? And I'll be like, that ain't got shit to do with me. Like, you, who you like and what you want ain't got nothing to do with what I like and what I want. So as long as you're not in that way to talk about this, as long as you're not actively trying to get me to do some shit that I know I don't fuck with, to me personally, the compliment shit, yeah, I'll be like, nigga, all right, you tripping. And I'll keep like, I'm not gonna fight you over it. But if you over here, you trying to like, I walk down this aisle and you in this aisle, I walk down the next one, you brush past me, trying to do all the extra further. Now it's like, okay, you're doing too much. But oh, nice Jordan's cool. You looking kind of thick. I'm probably looking like, you out and get the fuck on. But I'm not gonna actively fight you or have to prove myself to anybody, because some people have said, and I'm not a spokesperson for these people, but some people have said the harder the guy fights to prove his thing is actually him being down low. He just don't want everybody else to know. So it's like, that's another thing I want to talk about. Is like, well, it's like guys can't fucking win. Either the guy sits here and is like, doesn't do anything, everybody's like, oh, he must like that shit because he ain't do nothing about it. Or the guy does extra, and some people are gonna think, why are you defending yourself so hard if it didn't bother you? It's like, damn, like the dude can never win. He's always gonna be questioning on some shit in some regard, in my opinion. Versus girls, with what you were saying before, what you brought up before. Girls is like, feminine is feminine. Girls can compliment another girl, oh bitch, you got that shit on, oh thank you, bro. And then move on, you won't think shit about it. And then you were saying guys cat call girls all the time and stuff, but it's like, not trying to go down the rabbit hole of like, who has it harder or whatever.
No. I feel like men have it 10 times harder than females. I'm not gonna lie. Cause a girl be like, you got that ass. I'm like, thank you, man. And then they tell da. But when it comes to you, you're gay. Like, I feel like men have it more harder. I can beat my ass if y'all want to, but don't shoot the shooter. Don't shoot the mister.
So do you guys, with that being said, with what you just said, can you blame it if a guy were to just, not the nonchalant shit, but like if a guy were to like not want to open up, be vulnerable and because you might be the greatest person, you might be the one for him, or the person that sets him straight and all the other shit, like in terms of he was on the wrong path and you might get him right, but like the last society right now, the nigga don't want to chance it and open up to you, and then y'all fall out, and then next thing you know, you all over, especially your generation, y'all are over social media. That's why your mama don't love you. That's why your daddy ran out of it. Like, you want to air out all the shit because of
I've seen that many times. Yeah. I feel like people act the way for a reason. Nobody's just gonna randomly act that way. So if you're nonchalant, I'll be like, okay, I understand why you're nonchalant. I'm big on communication. Like, if you don't want to showcase your feelings, I would understand, because everybody's a reason for a reason, and I just have to let that shit be. Like, or it just be random stuff. Like, oh, you're gay because this and the third. Whole time a man just want to keep up with himself. No tea, no shade. Don't.
If he did it nice,
Yeah, like you got dirt under your nails and now you pH off. That's your fault, Bookie, because you thought that was too feminine.
But honestly, the same could be said for women. Like for girls that like me. I don't like getting my nails done. I don't wear makeup like that. Oh, she don't keep up with herself. Or for the girls that do all that, oh, she's high maintenance.
but
No,
your,
it's
your,
twofold.
your nails can look good without having to get them done. You can still clip them or paint them yourself, do all this. You don't have to.
And I don't.
You don't have to go get it done for it to somebody to consider you.
I don't care what anybody
your
says.
nails all the time.
Oh no,
now,
my
if you're a construction worker, you just got out of work. Obviously, I expect for you to look dusty in a way because you just got out.
You getting out of
Yeah.
onion.
But if you just walking on regular in the mall, just chilling, then. But I definitely do agree that I just feel like guys just right in this era we are in right now. I just feel like guys just can't. It's a very, very small gray area a guy can stay in. It's getting smaller by the damn week. There's always some shit going on out there. There's always some. Every time I get on some social media, there's always some shit about. Now the women that I see doing this are not the spokesperson of all women, but they're like, guy can't do this. I saw one. If a guy lays in the bed this way, he's feminine as hell. He's not a real man. He's not a provider. I'm like, damn. Like most people can't even control the way they move when they sleep. So if I slept like this, and then I wake up on my stomach, and now I'm not a real man because of some shit I did in my sleep. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell? But oh yeah, man. Yeah, did you think of your hot take?
Oh yeah. Hey man, week 1 coming soon. You know what I'm saying? We face Carolina at the crib, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Yeah, our boys show up. You feel me? I'm not personally because our tickets is crazy, but we'll be watching for sure. Yeah, which I got Bryce Young at quarterback. First overall pick for Carolina. Hey man, little midget. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You see the defense line we got. You feel me? You don't upgrade on the trenches.
Falcons, man.
You gonna upgrade on the trenches. You gonna go crazy. And your offensive line is not all that. You feel me? So we gonna go crazy this week. On the offensive side for us, type B.
Are you not a Falcons fan? You don't like the Falcons? Or you don't like football?
I don't care for
Type B. We finna go crazy this season. That's all I gotta say. But I got a dub week 1. A lot of people not gonna agree with that. We got, it is what it is. You feel me? But, hey man, it's gonna be a W week of football. I cannot wait. It's gonna be lit. Cannot wait.
Keep your mind open.
And your volume's turned up.
You pressure for show. I appreciate that, gang.
Good.
That part.
You pressure for show. Appreciate that, gang. Go. Thank you.
Sales. This is the week. Oh shit.
Oh, but you talked about us.
Right.
What?
Fix your shit, bro.
Nigga, that's an alarm to remind you of some shit. You good?
What it do, baby?
Alright, man. Now we gotta go back and do the intro. We always do that last.
Wait, so if this is the one that's dropping on Sunday, can we shout out mom and dad for their anniversary? Oh wait, right now?
Yeah.
And we come in on the bottom.
Keep your mind open.
Volume turned up.
Oh, that was it? Now you gotta come better than that, yo.
Keep your mind open.
And your volume turned up.